Okay, now we're live. All right. There we go. What's going on, guys? It's halftime now. Bucks preseason week 1 scores 16-10. Buccaneers are on top. I'm just going to be chilling here for most of halftime. I've got the TV on above my head, so I won't miss any of the game. So, yeah, we're just going to be chilling, talking right now. What's up, Antonio? What's up, Nicholas? How are you? Go Bucks! Yeah, the Bucks are winning. That's exciting, right? That's I like that. I like it. It's good. There was a lot to be happy with. What's up, Typix? What's up, Dapper? What's up, David? What's up, Paul? What's up, Eric? Oh my gosh, there's a lot of people here. Yeah. So, okay, our defensive line, I was all over Twitter. If you guys want to go follow me on Twitter, I was all over it. Here's my Twitter if you guys want to follow me. Hold on. So, if you guys want to go follow me on Twitter, I was talking all about the game so far on Twitter. It was a lot of fun. There was a lot to be impressed with. There was some that wasn't as impressive, but there was some good. So, I want to talk about the good real quick, okay? So, the first thing that I want to talk about was the start of the game, right? The start of the game, you know, the Dolphins had the ball first, and things didn't look very good. The Dolphins had the ball first, and things looked decent, right? The run defense didn't look very good at the beginning, but however, it made up for it because our pass defense was just phenomenal, right? Our pass defense was really good. Carlton Davis, honestly, has looked amazing so far. Like, Carlton Davis has looked absolutely great. He had a couple of pass breakups, a couple of tackles. So to start, you know, the Dolphins' first drive, the run defense didn't look too good. The Dolphins' offensive line was getting a lot of holes. And we weren't exactly getting a whole lot of pressure on Ryan Tannehill to start, which was, you know, it wasn't good. But our cornerbacks and safeties made up for it by just having phenomenal coverage. And Justin Evans almost had an interception. It was a very messy, you know, string of, not messy, but it looked kind of messy, so he couldn't really get like all the way underneath the ball. If he would have, he totally would have had an interception, which would have been great. He almost freaking stabbed it right out of the air. So that was really nice. And then we got the punt, they missed the field goal. They missed the field goal after Evans almost had the pick, so the Bucks got the ball back, and Fitzpatrick looked really good. So far, from what I've seen so far, Ryan Fitzpatrick has looked really good. He was connecting on a lot of plays. One thing that I thought was really interesting, and I was seeing it pointed out on Twitter, was that he was checking down the ball a lot more than Jameis Winston's done. I think he had a couple more checkdowns than Jameis did. Just looking at what Fitzpatrick was able to do. He started off by having a couple of nice passes to Deshaun Jackson, Mike Evans, and he even ran the ball a little bit a couple of times during the time he was in the game. Peyton Barber looked really good. I thought Peyton Barber looked a little bit better than Charles Sims. Peyton Barber looked a little bit better than Ronald Jones in the first game. In the first, I guess half. I'm trying to figure out. Yeah, so in the first half, Peyton Barber looked better than Ronald Jones. I will say that the starting offensive line looked really good. They were providing really big holes for Peyton Barber to run through, and Barber was just hitting all of them. And it did end up getting a touchdown for the Buccaneers, so they were ahead up 6-0. And then Catanzaro missed the extra point, which sucked. It was really unfortunate, but I think he'll be fine. He made up for it later on. So after the whole missed extra point and all that, Bucks kicked the ball back over to the Dolphins. Gerald McCoy got a sack, which I thought was really nice. We're still not getting as much pressure as I would want, but still, I think it's fine. Our starting defensive line looked pretty good, all things considered. I don't think they did anything like too bad. I will say this, okay, Ryan Smith did not have a good game at all. Ryan Smith has looked terrible so far. He had a pass interference call at some point. He's been having bad coverage for most of the game. It did end up resulting in a field goal for the Dolphins because of basically Ryan Smith for the most part. So it was 6-3 for the Bucks moving forward. Vernon Hargreaves does have a groin injury. I think he's fine. He I think that Hargraves looks fine. He didn't look like he was in pain. He looked like he was just walking around. Um, Everything was fine. For those of you who are asking where you can watch the game, 42 people in here, by the way. Holy crap. But for those of you who are looking for somewhere to watch the game, I think Corey said, guys who are out of town, go to Reddit, search the subreddit nflstreams. So go on Reddit. That's probably your best bet, and search for... Actually, I'm going to go ahead and put that in my description. So if you guys are wondering how you can... If you guys are wondering how you can go ahead and watch it for yourself, it's going to be at the top of the description of this live stream, so definitely go check it out. Shout out to Corey, the play reaction, for that. I'll be doing a live stream with him after the game. So anyway, going back into the game, though, Hargraves got a little bit dinged up, which was fine. I think he's fine. It's just, I think it's a very minor groin injury, and they don't want to risk him further injuring it, which is that's why he's being kept out of the game. He looks fine. He'll be fine. He's good to go. So, moving forward, the Bucs got the ball back after that Dolphins field goal, and they stalled out a little bit, but Fitz still continued to look pretty good. Godwin almost had this, like, amazing catch, right? Godwin almost had this phenomenal catch. I'm sure you guys might see it back in the highlights if you are watching this game, like, with a highlight reel or whatever. But, he almost had this amazing catch. He unfortunately couldn't come down from it, and Ronald Jones dropped a pass that hit him right in the chest, right? Hit him right in the chest. I don't think he would have gotten the first down anyway, but just hit him right in the chest. He dropped it, which is really unfortunate, obviously, coming into this game and whenever we first drafted Ronald Jones, we were a little bit concerned about his whole catching ability and his pass, catching ability and whatnot. So he did drop a pass that hit him right in the chest, which sucks, but, I think he'll be fine. After that, they punted. Dolphins got the ball back, and Jordan Whitehead literally killed a Dolphins wide receiver. However, he did have to go to the tent after the hit, so I know a lot of you are concerned about his injury. Is he hurt? How hurt is he? I think he's fine, but by the way, on the Chris Godwin catch, he did have it was really nice coverage by Minkah Fitzpatrick, but Jordan Whitehead clobbered this guy. He got up a little bit wobbly. He would go to the blue tent to go get evaluated for a concussion. He passed the concussion protocol. He's fine. He's out there still playing and whatnot, so he's good to go. And that was pretty much the end of the first quarter for me. So there was some minor stuff that didn't look good. Ryan Smith did not have a good first quarter, and Ronald Jones looked decent. But I will say that all in all, it was a pretty good first quarter for the Bucs. They would finish the first quarter 6-3. So after that, all the backups would start coming in. Jameis Winston was your backup quarterback, which was nice. And Carlton Davis just continued to have this really nice second quarter after having a very good first quarter. He followed it up with some really nice pass breakups and whatnot. The Dolphins did have the ball to start the second quarter. There was one play I do want to say, which was really nice. It was a turnover for the Buccaneers. The Dolphins running back tried to hurdle, and I think they're going to credit Ryan Smith with a forced fumble if you just look at the stat sheet. But to be honest, he dropped the ball whenever he tried to hurdle over Ryan Smith. Ryan Smith had no contact on the play. So Isaiah Johnson recovered. That's what he does. He recovers, he recovers fumbles. So he was able to get the ball back, and it was really nice. After that turnover, Winston was in, and he didn't really have a lot. He didn't have to move the ball a whole lot. He still looks. Winston's looked very good so far. I think he's pretty much done for the night. We should be seeing a lot of Ryan Griffin and probably Austin Allen moving forward. But Ronald Jones was able to score a touchdown. He had an amazing cut move in the red zone that just destroyed the Dolphins defenders. That looked really nice. So the Bucs were up 13-3 at this point. Whitehead was able to come back and looked really good. Noah Spence has been the best guy at getting pressure for the Buccaneers so far in this game. He's had a very good amount of pressure bringing up on the quarterback. He just completely murdered the left tackle with one of these moves, with a pass rush move, I guess I should say. It looked like the tackle couldn't even touch him. He just blew right by him, got to their backup quarterbacks. Brock Osweiler's been in. Bryce Petty, I think, is coming in. David Fales has been in. So Spence has looked really good. Justin Watson had another nice catch, and it worries me a little bit because Winston's still sometimes forcing passes. He did take a sack at one point, which I thought was really nice, but I think he needs to get a little bit better at checking down the ball if he can. He did have a really nice ball to Justin Watson, I'll say that, but he also missed on a couple of throws as well. He had a really nice throw to Bobo Wilson. Unfortunately, Bobo Wilson was not able to come down with it because it was an overthrow by Jameis. So I really want Jameis Winston to be more careful with the ball moving forward. So hopefully we won't get into a situation where he's making more turnovers again, because we don't need that. Yeah, scored on 3 out of 5 drives. That's really good. You know, it's really good. The tackling's been up and down. There's been some good tackling and some bad tackling. So it is what it is. But the Dolphins were able to score. Again, the Bucs run defense, I've not been too impressed with the Bucs run defense so far in the first half. I hope it gets better in the second half. I know it's a lot of backups and whatnot, but even the Buccaneers' first string defensive line did not look that good with the whole run defense thing. So they were able to score on a rushing touchdown. And Ryan Smith still continued to struggle. You know, he was playing man-to-man. He still didn't look good. You know, yeah. I'm trying to look at the chat. I'm not gonna be able to look at the chat that much because it's hard to keep up with everything. But Ryan Smith hasn't looked good. The run defense hasn't looked good. But on the positive, Fitzpatrick's looked good. Winston has looked good. Peyton Barber's looked good. Ronald Jones has looked up and down. He's looked good running the ball. He hasn't looked good catching the ball as a pass rusher. But and our backup offensive line has looked rough because oh, okay, well then, never mind about the subreddit, I think. But anyway, yeah, our backup offensive line is pretty rough, but keep in mind for the backup offensive line, it's a lot of guys who are playing in positions that they're not used to playing in, so that's something to be a little bit expected, that things wouldn't be too good. So, yeah, I don't think Mike Smith fell on purpose, but I think he just kind of tripped and fell over. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for this quick little live stream. I will be back at the end of the game with Corey Draper, the play reaction, to give our thoughts on what has happened after the game. So yeah, I'll see you guys after the game with Corey Draper, the play reactions. Yeah, I'll see you guys after the game. See you in a little bit. Bye.